What you're about to hear will challenge assumptions you may have held your entire life. Not with opinions, not with speculation, but with patterns that repeat from Genesis to Revelation. This is not an attack on believers. It's not an attack on churches. It's an invitation to examine whether the hope we were given came from Scripture or from tradition. This will be a series that I will not try to keep long. I'll keep it down to 5 or 10 minutes each one, but it is all pertaining to being caught up in the clouds, the pre-tribulation, and the rapture. Because Yeshua never called his followers to comfort, he called them to truth. And truth has a way of unsettling us before it strengthens us. So before we go any further, you need to understand what this message is and what it is not. This isn't about fear or tribulation. It's about readiness for reality. If you've ever wondered why Scripture talks more about endurance than escape, why Yeshua warned more about deception than suffering, and why the Bible prepares believers to stand instead of vanishing, then listen closely, because what follows isn't meant to entertain you. It's meant to prepare you. Let's get into it. You were told to wait, to look up, and one day you would see Yeshua coming in the clouds to meet you, and that all you had to do in the meantime was just believe. But Yeshua never trained his followers that they would vanish first. He trained them to stand through trials. And here's where the story gets uncomfortable. Because every time Scripture describes people being taken, they were not rescued. They were removed in judgment. Now let's go back, not to theology books, but to the first warning that Yeshua himself pointed us to. In the days of Noah, who was taken? Matthew 24:38 through 39 read, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." Now let's stop right there. Who was taken? Not Noah, not his family, but the ones that were taken were the ones destroyed. And Yeshua says, "So shall it be." Yet today, believers celebrate being taken, as if that's a great thing to look forward to, without even asking, taken where and for what purpose? Because nowhere in Scripture does he say, "I'm coming to get you and we are going to live happily ever after in heaven." So let's go to the tares. Who goes first in that parable? Now listen to Yeshua again in Matthew 13:29 through 30. "But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn." Now read that slowly, beloved. First the tares, first the removal, and first judgment, not the righteous. So why does modern teaching reverse Yeshua's own order? Why are believers taught to expect what Scriptures assign to the wicked? What about the two in the field? Who's taken? Matthew 24:40 through 41 read, "Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left." Now we were told the one that is taken is blessed. All the movies, many pastors teach this in their sermons, but Yeshua is who we follow and who we should listen to, already defined taken in the verses just before this, taken like the flood took them. Now context matters, and ignoring it has dire consequences. What about endurance? Why prepare for escape or being caught up first if he said to endure? Yeshua never said endure unless you're gone first. He said in Matthew 24:13, But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Endure what if there's nothing to endure? Why warn of deception, persecution, pressure, and false peace if believers are removed before it begins? The danger of a people who only prepare to be taken, that's scary. Here's the hard truth, though. A people trained only for rescue aren't even trained for discernment. If nothing happens the way that many were promised or taught, no vanishing, no sudden removal, many will just freeze. They won't know what to do. They'll be spiritually unprepared, waiting for a sign that hadn't come to pass yet. And scripture warns what will happen next. In 2 Thessalonians 2:10-11, it reads, because they receive not the love of the truth, Yah shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Not because they were evil, but because they preferred comfort over truth. Pastor's word over Yah's word. And deception doesn't arrive announcing itself as evil. It arrives offering relief, order, answers, and peace. Same as how the hidden hand have had chaos and then order following after. Because people want peace. A people expecting escape will follow anyone promising protection. So Yeshua warned us. The prophets warned us. And so the question should no longer be, will I be taken? But the question is, if I'm not, will I still stand? Or what will I fall for? Because scripture never praises those who avoided the fire. It honors those who walked through it and didn't succumb but remained in him. How will we gain our crown if we are not here to stand strong, to endure, to remain? Yeshua himself said, those who try to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for his sake, for him, will gain it. I really hope this video helped you, and until next time, may Yah bless and keep you.